Now mind you guys, this is not my first rodeo of making a Trans Am kit. I have already 2 under my belt, and I really am going for number 3 this time. And for those of you who don't remember, which apparently a lot of people keep forgetting, I made the perfect grade Exia into Trans Am Exia a few years ago. I believe there's someone out there who's done the same thing but better. So for now, only 2 people, me and some other guy, has made the Exia Trans Am. And God knows why Bandai has yet to release a Trans Am version of Exia, let alone a Trans Am version of Double O Riser to begin with. And besides that, I also made this kit, Trans Am as well. And just to show you how well this paint is, look how detailed and clean. It's very clean. I don't think I actually brought this to a show, but it is nice. Very, very nice. Now you guys are asking, what colors did I use? Well, the most important color that I used to make the white into that fiery pinkish tone color is this color, MX11 Rose Gold. This is perfect. I have not seen any other paints out there that utilizes this, that turns one of the Double O kits into a Trans Am kit. So much so that, stupidly of me, I actually purchased 2 at my good friends at USA Gundam store, not realizing that I chose the wrong ones. And here it is. This is the MX9. Obviously I got excited. Oh god, the rose gold. Yes, yes, yes. I got it in, and I get, oh, this ain't rose gold. And I was like, what the hell did I buy? Just so you understand what it looks like, here it is, rose gold. And here it is. This is called Saber. Saber. The hell's a Saber? It has a kind of like a orangish, like more like a copperish tone, you know? Very, very light. And so you guys can understand how this looks. I actually did a test run. I poured a little bit on the reservoir of my airbrush, thinned it up, and I sprayed it on a spoon. And here it is, what it looks like. It's actually it's a pretty color. I'm not knocking it. It looks very, very nice. Just not the tone that I'm looking for this guy. I actually painted on a Gundam part, which is still on its frame. This is actually from one of the Master Grade kits. I believe this is from the Barbatos. But yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of flaky here, but I didn't clean it up fine. But still, it's pretty. One day I'll use it, but I don't know on what. Maybe on this guy, who knows? But this is what we're going to talk about here. So all the white will be painted with MX11. And you know what, by the way, let's make sure I have enough. It's nice and gummy. Hold on, I gotta. There's about maybe 25% of it inside because it is a pasty tone. When I was using, when I tested out the other color, I used leveling thinner. I have Modo thinner, but the leveling thinner works well. Depending on how I feel, let's see where we go with that. But I should have enough for all that white. Speaking of which, I did buy 2 more bottles from another source. Now, let's talk about the other colors. The blue. The blue turns a darker red tone, and the only color that I have that will work is bloody red. Bloody red does work with this well. So we have that. However, we also have the yellow and the red. How do we take care of that? Well, I think maybe this would be perfect for the yellow when it turns into Trans Am. So that's a good idea. However, for the red, which is basically that's prime, basically the waist unit and the feet, the only color is that is close enough, which I actually used on my Perfect Grade Exia, was metallic orange, and I only have it as a as a acrylic. It's fine. I mean, it's only in the feet and the waist unit. The one thing, of course, is that once you apply this, top coat it immediately, because I've noticed that there is some maybe I didn't I started using a lot of the other colors recently from Megamo, and if you don't top coat it, it'll start wiping off. So you gotta really get that done, get that out of the way. Now, metallic colors, the only colors I thought I had a metallic gray. The only color that I have that could be good would be gunmetal right here from AK. I have 2 bottles of that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll use the gunmetal, because I also have chrome, but for chrome, that's going to be a little too shiny, so we can't use chrome for now. So the gunmetal should be sufficient enough for this. I also have what is peach, which may be a good alternative for the red. What do you guys think? Maybe use the peach color instead of the instead of the orange. Probably a good idea to do that. We'll keep that as an alternate right there. Alright, what do you guys think? Do you think I have enough paint to paint this guy? I should have. I should have a lot left over for other 00 kits that I want to paint. Trans Am. Oh, shut up. I gotta talk to her. Anyway, with that being said, one last thing. Let's see here. So white, red, black, blue, okay, yellow, fine, and that's it. I think we got all the colors. Fine, just to cover it up. Let's stop talking and let's start building 00 QanT full Saber Trans Am mode. In my previous video, I mentioned that I'm gonna put a link to Gundam Planet. If you guys want to order this kit from them, they have it in stock, and I was going to apply a 10% discount. However, I discovered that they have an issue with their discount features. So I'm not posting the link there. I apologize for that. Maybe later on, when they will allow it to happen on their site, we'll do it again. But it is a reasonable price. Somebody mentioned to me, and I'll give it credit, I think it's Nike. Give me a second, I gotta pull up the person who actually gave me the comment, because I like to give credit where credit is due. Let's see here. From what I understand, the Master Grade 00 Quantifull Saber is at P Bandai outside of Japan. It's one of those weird situations, of course, that it became like this. And I think I remember seeing this kit at Barnes & Noble a while back. Don't remember the price. I'm assuming it was around the same price that is being sold by Gundam Planet and, of course, other sites like USA Gundam Store and I believe the place called Gundam Haven has it, but I am not 100% sure. But still, it's cool. I've been meaning to working on more double O kits for quite some time. I was about to say seed kits. And this was actually a result of a kind of a poll that I put on my Instagram page. What kit would you like me to build? Would it be a wing kit, a double O kit, or a seed kit? Quite frankly, I have a lot of those. About at least 2 or 3 master grades and full mechanics, of course, from each line. If I go by memory, let me see. For wing, I have those 2 P Bandais. I have a master grade of that, and I have I have a knockoff master grade. Or not a knockoff per se, but it's close enough. So I think I have 4 master grade wing kits. Okay, if I go with the seed route and Seed Destiny, because they have to be lumped together, let's see, I got Freedom 2.0, Justice 2.0, that's 2. I have the 2 Zaku Warrior kits. I have the Calamity. I have the other Calamity, the AL Calamity. That's 6. I believe there's a I don't know. I don't have a Destiny because I already built that a long time ago. Nor Impulse. I didn't get the Jin. So I have okay. So I have 6 seed kit, 6 seed and Seed Destiny kits. And as for the double O, I have this guy, and I got the other P Bandai. So I technically have. Let me see. Oh, that's right. I have this. I have the Virtue, which I haven't built yet. I have the Estrella Red Frame, the P Bandai one that I ordered this year, so I got that. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going by trying to think of anything else. Forgot it. The Master Grade A-Laws. I got that. So I got 4. It could be more, and I just don't remember because I put a lot of stuff in boxes and things like that. That's not counting the Universal Sentry kits. Alright, so let me just divvy this up a bit. We know that that's the clear parts. I'm not gonna do let's put this all on this tray thing. I think I played that out too much, so I'll give you guys a break for that. But here are the blues. Oh, so that's another thing that I want to talk about. All the clear greens and clear parts there. All the charcoal parts over here. thinking of the gunmetal. I may have to test it out because I don't actually remember it. Sometimes I always keep forgetting what I got. And then if not, I'll have to change it up and maybe order a metallic color tone. I could go with, I forgot that I have the finisher paints gunmetal, but I think it's too light. I think I may do some more test paint, more spoon testing to see how it looks and see where we go with this, because it's clear that the white is for this guy, the MX-11, while the blue is going to be this guy right here. The charcoal parts, like I mentioned, this, but this could be a subject to change, which now brings me down to the last two color tones, the red and the yellow. And now I'm thinking maybe, where the heck is that spoon? I put it to the side simply. Oh, here we go. Maybe this would be perfect for the yellow. Maybe this would be a perfect alternative for the yellow. There we go. Didn't think about that for now. So that's a good possibility of using this copper color for this. You know what? We just figured it out. I like it when we figure things out. Perfect. I knew this plan would come together. All right. Let me begin putting all these parts into trays, and I'll begin cleaning it up. Okay, all the colors now have been separated. Here are the blues. Here are the gray charcoal parts. Here are all the whites. And here are the red and yellow. Very, very limited. So that's going to be right there. That should be the most easiest parts to paint. I've also did not remove the parts from the green, considering that actually that's part of the weaponry. There are the parts that actually make up the connections to the the green parts around the legs, the arms, the chest unit, and obviously all the bladed parts for both the GN shield and the GN's the full saber. I'm going to begin cleaning up each and every one of these parts, and I decided not to remove all the parts. I followed the manual to make sure that I'm removing parts that is needed and not parts that are not needed. And the ones that are not needed, like so, there are two parts here that doesn't be needed, but I'm going to remove them and obviously put them away for scratch building. Those are the only two, and then here are these two guys here as well. I think I may have accidentally... No. There are 3 parts here, there are 2 parts, so there's actually 5 parts that are not required for this kit. And I don't know, I think because, remember, there are 2 V-fins here, 2 V-fins for the face. I think one is to be chosen over the other. Maybe you have a selection of one or the other, so I'll definitely begin, cleaning and pre-selecting what they need, what parts we need, and then we'll go from there. And then I won't put on these, which is the decals for the GN parts area where it has all the naming, because what I want to do is I'm going to assemble the inner frame first, get that out of the way, and then we're going to do see how it looks, and then we're going to paint this first. This should be the easiest part to paint, to get it out of the way, because there's a lot of the charcoal parts here, not only for the inner frame, but for the shield and the backpack and the full saber. There's some inner frame parts that are required. As a matter of fact, one of the charcoal parts had this in here, and I thought, oh, is this from a stand or something like that? Because it looks like from a stand, but I don't see that anywhere. I'll look up an old manual of the 00 QanT and find out where this comes from, because I have a feeling this is from the sword or maybe something else. But if it's not being used, obviously, parts. Yeah, this is going to be nice and fun to work with. But first things first, we're going to begin cleaning, we're going to begin sanding, and then we're going to assemble the inner frame.